Hey everybody, Joy here. Joy in my laundry room of all places. It is October 11, I think. October 11, 2022. It's a Tuesday. And because we're getting ready to do the sew along, I wanted to show you the pretty cotton knits I received today from Girl Charlie. In my last video, I told you that Girl Charlie had sent me an email saying they'd gotten a bunch of colors of cotton knits in, and I never know if they're going to be crummy knits that are all curly on the sides, or if they're going to be nice knits or whatever, but I got this great big package today and was so excited to open it up and see it is really nice quality. So these here are for me. I got 4 yards of white, 2 yards of red. Those are my colors, but look at the wonderful colors for Jerry. You know, Jerry, I don't know if he's, what are the seasons? There's winter, summer, spring, and fall. I don't know if he is a fall, but he looks really good. I think he is a fall, actually, because he used to have a lot of red hair and a red beard. So I think he is a fall. So he doesn't look good in bright colors. Like that red shirt I made him for his birthday, it's really too bright for him. The other ones were much better. So, look at the colors. The color of your hair is always a good color for you. So this is a Jerry color. This is a Jerry color. This is a Joy or Jerry color. Jerry has blue eyes, so it looks great in blue. So that can be a me or a him. This is a him, a brown, and this is a him. Aren't these pretty? This is a really pretty green. It's kind of a cross between avocado and something else. Khaki. I think maybe it's a khaki. And then this is like a dark hunter green. And then this is some other color, a grayish brown. So, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new shirts for Jerry. And the reason I'm in the laundry room is I won't take this upstairs until I've washed it and dried it. And so I started out putting in about 4 of mine in there. It looks like there's one of his too. So here's one of mine, a pink. Now look at how nice this cotton is. It's not roly-poly on the edges. And it is a nice weight. Look, the stretch is a little more than 35%, but since I've worked with that pattern for over a week now, I think more stretch would be wonderful in it. I really do. So, I don't know how much further this would go out, not a lot, but this cotton is just perfect for this B6418. So this is a Joy color wash. That's going to go upstairs and get folded. This is a Joy or Jerry. It's a denim. A pretty denim. And this will look good on both of us. Can I get 2 shirts out of it? I don't know. We'll see. You know, these knits are really wide. Now here's part of a Joy. Bright lime green. And so they only had 1 yard of this, but I thought since we're working with this pattern that's got these different color sleeves and a different color yoke, I thought, well, maybe I could put this. Hey, what if I put it with pink? How about that? That doesn't look very odd to me, does it? I guess it needs to be more orange. But I like that together. How about blue? Blue and green. I like that. You know, navy and green's really good together. Anyway, this is washed. And here's a Jerry. There's no way I could ever wear this color. Ever. Horrible on me. But fabulous on him. It washes wonderful. These are cotton knits. I think it said 95 cotton, 5% spandex. So wash them because they will shrink. I wash them in warm, but it's almost hot water, and I dry them in a hot dryer. Because whatever's going to happen to them, I want it to happen to them before I make a garment out of them. Okay, so that's a Jerry, and I got one print. This one was $4 a yard, I think. Where's my, it doesn't say the price. But this one was on sale, and it was $4 or $4.95 or something a yard. Oh, this is 2 yards. And look at how huge it is. It's just so wide. I can surely get a dress out of this easily. Isn't that pretty? I could use part of it for the contrast. See? I could use this for the contrast sleeves and the top. And then, does that match it? No. The pink doesn't match it. You know, sadly, none of these colors match this. But I just happen to have colors in my stash. None of them match it. How about the white? Look at this, y'all. The white matches it good. Oh my, that has to be washed, washed, washed. These all are washed. Okay, so I wanted to show you. I ordered these not very long ago, 3 or 4 days ago at the most, and they are already here. I had to pay freight, or did I not have to pay freight? I don't think I had to pay freight, but you know, they were all $9 a yard. So I was really excited to get to pick through all the different colors. I'm so excited. All right, let's go back upstairs because I have to tell you something. Let me throw the rest of these fabrics in the wash with some Color Shout sheets. Color Shout sheets, say that real fast. Shout color catchers. I'll put some of these in my Amazon store if they're not already there. Always when you're buying new fabric and you're washing it, put in 2 or 3 of these. Most of the time they will come out dark with colors that have bled. And I usually don't put dark and lights together, but still. And today I forgot to put one in. And I was so surprised when I opened the load up and nothing had run. Everything was fine, so I was so lucky. But I am going to put one in at least and wash the rest of this fabric. Okay? That's how I do it. In case you were wondering. I'll see you back upstairs. Hey everyone, we're back upstairs now. Let's talk about the sew along. Part of the problem about this sew along is the fit along part. Fitting can be a very simple thing, or it can be a very long, drawn out series of sessions trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with this pattern and why it doesn't fit right. I don't make a lot of butterick patterns evidently because I found this one quite hard to get along with. So you are looking at me in muslin number 2. Muslin number 2. You would not believe all the things I had to do to this paper pattern. And this does not satisfy me. This needs more room from my neck to the bottom of the armhole. It needs a little bit deeper round back correction. I think that the width of it is fine, the length of it is fine, the sleeves of it are a little snug. What they're wanting you to use for a stretch fabric with just, I think it's 35%, it's really not very stretchy. See, it's just not very stretchy compared to some of the things I make which, you know, stretch halfway across the room. So I would definitely advise that you treat it like a woven, like you're going to make a woven, even though you're going to cut it out of a knit, unless you decide after muslin number 1 that you should have cut it smaller. I'm going to start the fit videos on October 17. But I've already made muslin number 1. This is muslin number 2. This is View C. View C is actually one shirt on top of another shirt. This is the original underneath shirt to View C. Part of it's used for View B. I used pattern piece 3, 4, and 7. And I suggest that you all do that too, because once you start chopping up the top of it, and that would be view B, view A, and view D. It's going to be a little more complicated, but not terrible, because what you would do is you would just attach the missing pieces before you fit it. But then you're going to have to unattach them, cut them out. You understand? It's just easier if it's all one piece to start with until you get an idea of where the issues are. I'll tell you where the issue was for me. I chose my pattern by my upper bust. There's another number that's very, very, very important, and that is how much room you need around your arm's eye. The seam that goes around your arm, this hole right here that you put your sleeve in, you need to know how many inches you want that to be. That's one thing that Peggy Sagers drives people crazy with, because when they ask her about fit, she'll say, well, what size armhole do you want? She asked me that one time. And I said, I don't know, a medium. She said, well, how many inches do you want it? And I said, well, I don't know. Why would I need to know that? Very important. And part of the problem with this pattern, even though I picked it by my upper bust, is the armhole was only like 17 and something inches. I need a 19-inch armhole. Not only that, you need to know your measurement shoulder tip to shoulder tip. And that's another measurement that's important in your pattern, because if you buy it by your upper bust and you measure from center front of that paper pattern to the shoulder tip of that paper pattern, and it's way off from what you are, then just choosing the size from your upper bust is still not going to fix the pattern for you. It turned out that the size medium was like a 1/4 inch off on each side. And I thought, oh, who cares? It's a knit, you know, it's not going to matter. And if it was a real stretchy knit, it probably wouldn't matter. But in this fabric, it did. This is not cotton from Girl Charlie, by the way. This is a more expensive cotton that I got from Silhouette Patterns. It's a very nice cotton knit, but it doesn't have very much stretch, although it does reach the arrow. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. You know how many years I have spent doing fit for my own body. Many, many years. But I want to tell you that every pattern is different. Every kind of fabric is different. So you will, if you are like me, spend way, way, way more hours getting the pattern to fit you right than you will sewing together. It'll take hardly any time to sew it together. That's the easy part. To sew along, actually sew the garment, you all don't even need me to show you that. But I will. I'll show you how I put it together. And I'll make one of these fancy kind. But the first thing I'm going to have to do, I chose my pattern by my 36 upper bust. I have a 42 full bust. That says I need a size extra large. So I used the 36 and made a medium. The medium is actually too small from shoulder point to shoulder point, and it's too small, way 17, 18, it's almost 2 inches too small in the armhole. So what I've done is I've ordered another pattern. And what I wanted to tell you is, choose a pattern that has a size bigger than what you think you're going to use. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because, let me show you a pattern here. I'll tell you why. This is Nancy Zeman, and every teacher that you've ever had teach you how to sew. Even though you're small up here, you could be much, much bigger down here. So you can start with a small here, and then under your arm go out to the medium, and then down with the medium. Or you can start at the medium, go out to the large. I thought that I was just going to use the medium, but the medium actually is too small from here to here on me. So I'm going to order the large. And the large will be wider, probably up to a 3/8 inch, probably wider. But it will give me much more room in the armhole that I need, and that way I can just cut the shoulder tip back a tiny bit. And I know you're probably going, oh my goodness, this is too hard, I don't even want to do it. But I'll tell you an easy way. I'm making a video for this. I haven't even made it yet. This is just telling you that it's going to take me a little longer than I thought it was. But just right off the bat, since I know everybody's getting their pattern, measure your pattern from the center front to the seam line. Measure you from center front to the seam line. Your side here has, play like that's your seam right there, okay? Your arm, play like, you know, your middle of your throat over here to your shoulder tip. Measure from that to that. Measure that on the pattern. Measure your waist. Measure your waist from the center of you to the side of you. Measure the pattern from the center to the side. Measure the bottom, your hip, from the center to the side. Measure the pattern. That will be a really good way for you to know which sizes you need to use. You'll probably start with the smaller size up here and use a bigger size on the bottom. That's very, 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 very common. Okay? So I just wanted to tell you that. I will have the fitting videos up the 17th. I'm on muslin number 2. I will probably make 3 and 4 before I actually do a sew along where I set the camera up and you can watch me sew the thing together, okay? But I will have the fitting part up on the 17th. And by the end of next week, hopefully, I'll have my fit perfected. I have to wait for the pattern to come in. See, that's the delay. Because I ordered from Something Delightful myself and ordered a size large. And I have to wait for it to get here. And I don't know how long that's going to take. Hopefully not over 3 days. And so it'll probably be the end of next week before I actually get the proper size for myself. And I can sew it together and you can watch me make the final garment, okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope I haven't confused you to no end. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much, every single one of you, because look what you bought me. Look at what you bought me. I know you're saying, you already had a whiteboard, Joy. I know I did. But I didn't have a whiteboard that was magnetic, that was on an easel, that had a tray to hold the colors, and I didn't have a whiteboard that you could hook a pad of paper to. So now I feel like a real live teacher. I'm so excited. And I've already written out all of page 1 for you, but that'll be in the first fitting video on the 17th that you'll see what's on the first paper. Okay? I hope I haven't confused you to no end. Showing you how to sew this garment together, no big deal. I could do that so quickly, so easily. But showing you how to get a pattern to fit you, that takes time. Even if you're like me and you've been doing it for years and years and years, every pattern is a new test of your patience. Well, let me tell you that. All right, how about that nice fabric from Girl Charlie? Be sure to order some while they still have a whole bunch of colors. It's a very good quality. I'm very, very happy with it. All right, I love you all. I'll be back soon.